Comment?
What?
We had this fantastic exchange yesterday, and yet I feel not satisfied with myself in it. In the night, there was suddenly there was a moment where something happened which had nothing to do with that. I really burst into tears, and I saw just that I had looked so much for perfection in the imperfect. That came to me like that. I didn't try to explain anything, and it was a beautiful moment of total opening
Yeah.
and I felt totally satisfied. But I felt this morning something somehow came in again without that I was aware of it, where I'm feeling I'm still very impressed by conditions. For example, your reactions, or it doesn't matter, but there it gets very clear to me that I somehow would love to be more. Okay, we spoke about detachment, but I would be more clear about attraction to form and name. I feel I'm not happy with it myself. I feel it's too big still. And I know that you told me it has all to do with I. But I feel there must be also some misunderstanding. Yeah.
Anna! Yes,
I wonder if there is not still some misunderstanding also part in it.
there must be something. You see, you may hear me intellectually, but emotionally, it has not been reached much emotionally.
Yeah.
Because it is so deeply rooted, this ideal of, you call it perfection, means perfection to attain a state of detachment or everlasting happiness, but in this life. That's why liberation doesn't concern the life of anybody. It's to be liberated from the concern that I is happy or not happy. And it's possible only when you realize, and it's no more a you, but I have to speak in some way, when there is this realization of the real nature of what is as real nature. And that is undescribable. But you are, it is. So, tell me where is the trouble? Because you see, if you tell me, if you describe what happened to you, I'm sorry, it's because the light is a bit. It's okay. You stay just like this. If what you describe, for example, could happen because of some habits, but why do you want to change that? Because you still think it should not happen.
Yeah. Probably emotionally, it's probably more emotionally, but of course.
That's there, huh? That's not.
Yeah, and still I know it, you see, so that's what I don't understand. I know it, and still.
You know it, but you don't realize it. You know it. And there is no realization when the attachment is too strong. Because imagine to let go this world of emotions for you, it's a lot. It's a lot. You may feel no meaning in your life. It's a big thing. That's why realization is nothing, but at the same time it's a very big thing. There is a let go of what is basically most important for oneself as an individual.
But I don't want to be bound by this anymore.
Tell it to you. Tell it to yourself, not to me. Tell it to you. I don't want to be bound. Normally it's enough not to be bound if you really tell it to you. Story. I mean, are you coming fresh? Coming fresh. You don't have a past. You see, you don't have a past. Because emotions are linked very much to past. Whatever past it is, even the past in Lucknow or the past, previous past, it's linked to the past. One has no story. So when it is lived like this, many things just fall by itself, many emotions, many concepts just fall by itself because they are attached to the past.
About our talk from yesterday, and I heard it again in the evening.
Yeah.
And still, you said yesterday the first move is the recognition that the I, it's not there anymore. This is the first move. We spoke about two movements. And my question, what makes this move? Is
The
this,
desire for liberation. Ah,
no, this is about,
the mind.
yeah, again.
You see, the mind will never stop moving. Never. And when I say never stop moving, I include no movement. Some state they move and some state they move. Never it stops. And what is realization is to demystify the reality of those two states or two movements. That's realization. It is not, realization is not to be fixed in one state. You've seen the nature of things radically once. But you see, when the rise, the I is no more there, for example, or the I again rises, it is still happening. I still use those words. Maybe one day I change my vocabulary. Now, I fading away at some point can say that, but it still happened to whom? To whom all this happens? As a happening, it happens to I. So even when the I attains the state of I disappears, there, if it doesn't keep so quiet, if he keeps so quiet, he really goes beyond or prior, doesn't matter. But if there is impressed because he attains what he wanted after all so much, then he's caught in the move. Otherwise he really disappears. But if you feed him in a split second, it comes, it rises. So the realization that the I has disappered is still happening, and it's not realization. It's an attainment. I attained that state for a while. Don't worry if you ask after a few months, not to say a few weeks or a few days, but to that person, your I still disappear? Oh yes, yes, with great pride and falsehood. It's not true. That state cannot be maintained.
So realization, it's not the happening, or I mean you say it's a happening, it happens at once. It's in a split second, there's a realization, but afterwards it's not that the I goes also leaving, it's like a process that you need to be quiet afterwards for a while. This is somehow how I understand it now.
Afterwards,
What you said is...
but you see, what I described, it happens is less than in split second. When I describe it, it's long in time. But
you say
why?
about, you speak
Where
about
are
the
you
I
first?
fading
Where are
away.
you first?
I don't know.
You are
But
very
then-
attractive.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this because, as you said yesterday also, that you missed it 2 times, and the third time you said no. This time I'll make it, whatever. And you also told me already, okay, hey, you missed it. And for me, it's not 100% clear where I made the mistake.
But that's why you will miss it again.
And that's why I'm asking.
What do you want to bring?
Maybe you, what to do or not to do after an enlightened moment. Yeah?
After, there is no worry. After, there is no worry. Don't worry, after, there is a natural vigilance. You have to keep the words of your master up to the last breath of your eye. So when he tells you, if you can hear, listen, this is not yet it, even the disappearance of the I, you have to listen to that. It's a natural vigilance, a natural help in a way, not to fall into something. That's all I try to convey. It can be this, it can be some other ways, of course, but we spoke of this from yesterday, so we continue that.
So let's see. Okay, let's say there is realization. It's at once, it's in a split second. The realization that this I actually never was real. This is... It's still, I mean, I don't know, but I have to go in time or to say this word after. But then you say this I is fading away.
Before realization. it's a harmony to I. You see, when I get emptier and emptier, if there is a journey, every satsang maybe one concept falls away or this or that. So you feel, oh, there is a kind of journey. One can even say I make progress because I empty myself. Okay. All this happens by itself. But I wanted to say. So at some point, I get so empty. He's not fed with so much thing. Even he's no more fed that he feels, oh, he's going away. Because he's not fed, no concept is grasped, nothing like that. He's getting fading away. And yet one can be misled here if it takes this for it. It's still an experience, it's still a happening. And if there is a mistake there to take this for it, is very happy. I survived. I attained realization. And you can speak about all those things. But it's not always expressed this way. I may listen another way to tell. Just that one can recognize that.
Aaron, vamos construir outro. Vamos construir outro. Não tem que gritar. Vamos construir outro. Jay. Vamos construir outro. Jay.
Because you see, when you can experience that, that's gone, what troubled you so much and so long, that goes, you are so happy, there is a kind of relief, so much relief. Then what will happen if this is taken for it? What will happen when the I reappears? Big trouble, bigger than before, because how come this happens? And then I know some very clever one. Yes, this I comes, but you know, it's to justify their failure. We need some explanation. Because what is realization? Is to see that never there was a I taken for real, so why should we take I disappearing for real? It is the same. But it is unavoidable that you may get this experience while it happens. Something are unavoidable. Like when a concept, huge concept leaves you, there is a kind of enlightenment. Wow, you see, you feel completely freed, but they are experiences because, okay, it's in the moment, it was not there before, so it will be there afterwards also. The same experience. Unavoidable. But that's why in satsang you have to listen, don't confuse any experience. Let it be. Let it be. There is no I for it. Don't confuse. You wanted to hear that?
It looks like, I don't know, that there was a misunderstanding.
But it's good to be clear.
Yeah, that's why.
Yes, really. And if there is still something, who already got that experience which doesn't look like an experience of the I fading away, and then for some reason today there is still a search which may not be obvious. So why do you think for yourself, where was the mistake or the fascination? That would be, because if you know that, second time it comes, you will not mistake.
Yes, I got it.
Lady first.
Me or you?
No, you.
Yeah, I've seen clearly. I was, it was not, they got no existence. That I saw, I told you. Huh?
Yeah.
And I was very surprised because when this was totally demystified, I still have the experience of the life, the life's going on. Because before, I was sure it was making the experience and the life. And when I see, I don't know if I can explain it, when I see clearly this I doesn't exist, I was very surprised because I discover all the life still going on. Okay. So now, just a few days ago, I tell you, when I start to read the book, and I'm very happy to recognize all the knowledge I get, I discover this knowledge are feeding the I. I mean the ego. I mean the I. So there is, I make a mistake somewhere, you know.
Yes.
Now when you speak, I realize that there is a mistake somewhere.
The mistake is to take the knowledge for it. The self-knowledge. See, what is self-knowledge? It's a real the knowledge of I doesn't exist, but you live it.
Yeah.
But it is self-knowledge. That's what's called self-knowledge. It's a knowledge alive about reality. I mistook twice this. I was getting so much so that I was writing the new Yoga Vashishta. Look at my pride. But of course I didn't do that with pride, but it was pride. So much knowledge was flowing day and night that even it was better than this Yoga Vashishta. And I mistook this for it because, is it possible if you don't even say those? It comes. So I mistake the expression for it. That's why I'm so much stressing. Don't mistake the happening or the expression for it. So it may come. But then I say, don't look. Don't look, spit on it. Don't look, it will delude again yourself. What is their self-knowledge? Again you will suffer. Again you will have to search. But it is fascinating. Books are full of that, especially those books. So we think this is it. No, this is not it. It's an expression which can come, which may not come, and if it comes, which will go. And if you repeat it, it's memory. Now, what about this Yoga Vashishta? I have to really go back. I was more clever at that time than now. I knew more then than now. I knew all about the universe structure. Then what? If I mistook, I would be very miserable.
Yes, I see. Yes, I see. Yes, a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah, very much. Okay.
But it can be an expression like this, it can be a different expression. It's everyone for that is amazingly beautiful in its variety. You want to speak?
To your question, if so, I think I can say that that I must have an experience which showed me the unreality of I. Yes, and well, because you asked what happened then. What I
No, if
what
something happened,
yes.
because
Well,
I don't oblige you.
No, because I would like to say that I think I've tried very hard to understand what happened. I think I went the same way. Yes. I would like to say also that I was missing, and I was very hardly searching also the person who would understand what happened. And actually I found nobody. I found nobody who I found nobody. I mean, I was completely, and that was very hard. Yes.
They would not teach.
Yes.
Or they would teach.
Yes, I think then I must have, for a long period, completely forgotten and got into really confusion and really search of understanding. And yes, absolutely. And then, when I first met you, the whole thing like dissolved. Is when I remember that today.
But then no.
Yes.
What is your experience? How shall I put to go back to the same question? Did you have an experience so radical that there is no search today? Ask.
There is a search.
Okay. So now, did you have an experience that looked like, again, there is no reality in I, or the search has fallen, something? It was my question, no? From there, if you have this, if you search afterwards, how come? What was the mistake? She described very well. Now I don't know how you will. Don't go to the past before me. I ask now, since we know. Did you have such an experience that you thought this is it, and then you see that you still search? Where lie the... But I don't know if it is so.
Quem quer mais água? Eu chá. Quem quer mais água? Quem? Água? Mãe. Leibos? É esse que né? Sim, igual.
Well, I would like to refer to what we talked this morning. Yes, and something I was overwhelmed, but I'm totally surprised what happened. I don't know what happens in these moments with me, because very, very touched. And when I said to you that out of our conversation about the satsang yesterday and the topics, etc., I told you that when it comes to very essential moments, that I can follow you. You remember? And so what is it what I do that I still feel a movement that I do which definitely brings some trouble or some search or whatever. And then you, well, I think I had my answer because I understood that you said that I have the wish to understand still. Maybe it's what is.
That's enough move.
Even.
So now, listen. Now it's very clear how you can miss for you. So when it comes next, what you will do? You know it is that which makes you miss it. What you would do? Tell? Don't tell easily. You have to tell to yourself. Because once is enough. Once to say no to a very deep attachment, it's enough. You don't have to say twice. But you have to desire liberation. You have to desire liberation. Oh! Ah! Now you know the secrets. It's no secret, but it's still a secret. So intimate.
Dana, podemos
So you see, it's very interesting. It's different ways to boycott oneself.
Dana.
For me, when you ask the question, it's that a few times with you it happened. And every time, now I can see that every time I slipped into the absolute.
Yes, very good. Yes.
It's so attractive to me.
Yes.
Because each time what boycotts it is then the mind presenting itself again. And
Yes.
since then, I just been listening to again and again that the mind will not disappear. This absolute state is not
It
it.
will appear still.
Yeah, the mind will still appear,
Yes.
and then it will keep going on. And I just keep hearing it again and again because I cannot. It's so strong, that attraction to the absolute sense, childhood, whatever, that
Recently, now, when we will drop this childhood, infant, it's enough, huh? Childhood. Oh, childhood. Oh. Okay. Because I would not say that this absolute no is your trouble. It's your childhood which is your trouble. That print and your resentment today because of all that, this is your trouble more than the attraction to person directly. Of course it is linked. But this is why do you keep your story? Leave it. Oh, yes. Because you work in your soul. So the attraction is not to that now. You understood enough well. Is to keep your story for some bad reason. It troubles you, no? It's enough. Oh, you will see.
Ganga? Ganga? Can it, because I also remember several incidents. Well, the first time it was before I met Master.
Yeah.
So then when the eye reappeared, my first movement was I lost it.
Yeah, sure.
Because I had not
You
heard.
didn't know at that time. You didn't hear at that time.
Yeah,
You see, it was too young, too early. You just met.
yes.
So,
And then also I would say several times with you, it would happen, I think, could it be that it is two different things? Because I remember once that it was the attachment to experience. It seemed, it was just, it came so strongly that it seemed at that moment impossible impossible. It seemed impossible not to follow that.
yeah.
And another time, I would say it was the attachment to self-knowledge. There was so much understanding at that moment, and I got lost in the understanding. And suddenly, when the understanding, I was in duality again. I mean, I was identified with having lost the understanding. So that's the times I can.
But that's why you see, Master said, and I say, keep at some point. You cannot say take those words, keep quiet at any time, because I would say sometimes don't keep quiet. Go intensely on searching. But at those points you have to keep quiet. What does it mean? It means don't take the move. Don't take the move. Even if it appears so that there are moves, don't take them. Keep quiet, says the Master. Keep quiet. Now I guess you hear. And if not, next. But you have to hear this. Oh, Martin, you understand now those words. It is not said at any time. It is said in a particular moment where if you keep quiet a split second, it's enough. It is the no to all the rest, you see. But of course you have to come to this peak of the split second. It's just... Because what is peace and happiness and real knowledge after all? It is not to own knowledge, nor bliss, nor peace. Then you can say, if you want to say something. It's a ghost. You want to give us a ghost? Don't be impressed, but let it go, 100%. Bearable to wait? No.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at it.
Don't look at it. I'm not a parrot. Don't look at it. And this it could be small it, don't look at object, and this thing could be big it. That, don't look at it. That is liberation.
Different times,
Yeah.
what happened is, I would say, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
There's a blank, there's a blank, there's nothing, it's still,
Okay.
it looks like a stop or whatever.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And it lasts for a while,
Yeah.
I would say. But what made me look at it, yeah, somehow there's no, I would say, I don't look at it for a while.
Yeah.
And at one point it's,
But you know why? There is an effort. There is an effort not to look at nothing. There is an effort to maintain that.
it doesn't look like that there's an effort.
Okay.
It looks like it lasts.
Okay.
Like, and at one point
And
there's
so,
an interest
okay,
to
but tell me,
understand.
when there is nothing, what is it? Is it more real than when something else comes?
I would say for a while, no. It looks like it's,
What is it then? What is this nothing? Or which other word?
I always describe it as a quiet mind. How I
Quiet mind. And then when the mind is no more quiet, and it doesn't disturb you, this quiet mind doesn't disturb you. And then why this not quiet mind disturbs you? Why?
Can I take an example like risk? Because from the last exchange we had, and you said you don't need to locate yourself anywhere. And there's no.
There was a gap, let's say. A gap.
But at one point, I get fascinated by seeing that I still want to locate myself.
You may be fascinated by how one gets deluded over. Or I get deluded.
Yeah. It's tricky.
But I cannot add much to what you say because you say very well. The fascination makes it a gap instead of maybe simply keeping quiet. So the one fascination, the seed of fascination is in the gap. Otherwise it's not possible. So I cannot speak much, but because you describe it well. Any fascination, why do we search? Because we are fascinated. We can have many fascinations. With satsang, I hope there is less and less, or not at all anymore. One is enough to trouble you. And it doesn't mean that I believe that you have to remove every fascination. It's infinite. Huh? But then you have not seen that fascination for something because you think it's real. You've not seen the emptiness of it.
Like now you would see I didn't see
You don't
the emptiness of this gap or this
gap
effort.
and the rising of I.
Yeah.
The rising of I. I still feel when you say the gap that you know it's your quiet mind, but still you take the quiet mind probably with no real. Maybe not, I don't know.
I think it's a good reference. A great reference.
Yeah. So there are preferences and fascinations. That's enough. It will still happen, but maybe it will be less attractive because you know that it's only because of that I still search. But just see. The aim, you see, is not to have a gap or a no mind, and then it's not the aim. Who has got this no mind? Has to be that direction has to be taken. I would not say that question has to be put, but direction.
Oh, but
In my case, I think the mistake would be, in my case, the mistake is to create someone to see what is real.
Wonderful. And so when it happens again, what you would do? It will come again. But what you would do?
It's the one who sees or wants to see has no relation to what is real. So it's
Yeah, but practically, what would you do not to be taken by that? Keep quiet.
Keep quiet.
Keep quiet. Keep quiet.
That's a real turning point.
Yeah. It's and it doesn't take time. It's split second to be quiet. But really. Okay, now I want to die unliberated, or I want to die before. I mean, it's a way to say it. Then it's urgent. Enough, I see enough, I've known enough, I've experienced enough. Maybe it's not for everybody like that, but one could come to this point.
For me, I can also see that it's kind of similar what Diana expressed, that I get very impressed. That's, I think, is what take when there has been a few strong experiences, and I recognize the mistake, just as we speak today, that I just get very impressed with it. And
With an experience.
yes, it's so...
But why?
Yeah, and it's actually...
You've been trained for that. Blood samadhi master of the past. You've been trained by that.
Yeah. And yet the other day I saw it, but again the expression happened on it, but it's so many. I saw for the first time that experience is really a hindrance. It was really clear. It was because up to that point I could never really access that.
Okay, that's
And when but I see again in that moment it was impressive.
yeah.
But I hear what you say now.
See you. Everyone says beautiful. I think it's a luck to see why one at some point misses to everything. It's like a sword to encourage, double-edged sword, to encourage so spiritual experiences. Of course, it has its usefulness in the sense that go for it, go for the surge, go for liberation, and you get some encouragement in yourself with experiences. But it's a curse also to be encouraged, because one gets so attached to experiences. Already before surge, we love experiences, it makes the life rich. So, if in the surge you hear also, go on experimenting, then what? Or that the teaching gives you experiences more and more and more and more, means what? It doesn't help, it's the contrary. When you start to search, you have to get rid of experiences. And they come by itself, it's true. But generally those, if it is the right direction, you have the experience to be freed from experiences, which is a very good direction. So, I say that because you said fascination is experiences.
Yeah, it's quite mind-blowing that they are a hindrance. The experiences.
Mind-blowing.
Okay, they are hindrance.
Yeah. It's wow.
You just change your register. Register. You see, before you were telling your dear friends all your worldly experiences, and now you tell the Sangha your spiritual experiences. It's just a change of dress.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with liberation. And at the same time, I know good you have experienced, because from them you can ask, and there is something there, you see. You understood enough, I spoke about all that.
And the moment when one sees that the I is not real, would you say that this is an experience?
Who is seeing?
Yes.
But it's a measure for the I who search enlightenment is
The battery is not. We have to rush out. The battery is.
It's a fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's a fulfillment. I have seen what has to be seen. I'm enlightened. Go back to the search. terrible.
It's just not good.
But it comes, unasked for, those things come. But they are experiences. And wonderful experience too when you know it's an experience because it shakes everything in a way. But don't take it for granted. I've been mistaken. That's why I'm so strong. I've been mistaken.
When you speak, when I listen to you in the moment, I just had seeing that I think I live on that. It is my
I know, and that brought you here.
yes.
So thank to this experience.
Absolutely.
But now it's time to not have that difference. See what's here now. Don't go back to your memory.
This is for me for the construction.
It's like rotten meat, the memory. You will not eat it. Not even fresh, so imagine. There is absolutely nothing you are able to see, to know, to express about who you are. So imagine to say even the I is unreal, it is a reference of your past, you think that the I is real. But then you stopped on the way of fading away, I would say. Don't stop there. Don't stop. It is as fake, as unreal, as the one I is real. But it comes, it is the way it is. It may come this way when finally you free yourself, that you have this experience. It comes, but it's not it. And if you ask, what is it? You go back where? Not even you shit on this I is unreal. You go back to I who wants to know what is it. Again, much farther than your last experience. So will you listen again? Will you listen again when it comes?
I cannot make a thing on top.
Will you listen?
Then I'm begging suffering and
Say no,
no,
say no,
no,
say no.
no.
You see, you have to be quick in saying no. Because all the time you waited, your mind is already active and it's too late. You miss it. Say no. Split second no, huh? Not thinking and telling a good answer. No.